Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here in the webinar. Very interesting session today. It will be a little bit different than previous session. It will be regarding the summer plan, and there will be a Q&A at the end of the session. So I will come back to some rule that as a trader you have to respect in this challenge. So let me check. Hi, Atmut. You can also put the chat on all panelists and attendees. Then you can discuss together. Okay. Last minute. Present. Okay. Okay. Hi, Ruben. Thank you for the chat on Tuesday. Welcome, Matthew. You're welcome. Last thing that I have to set up, and then we will start. Nope. Okay. So hi everyone. Hi again. My name is Ruben. I actually work as a senior portfolio analyst in the 5ers. I also in charge of the customer support. So I try to help every day on a daily routine trader that can be in trouble regarding their account or a question about the program we have here in the 5ers. And today it's a special session regarding the summer plan. So I will start. So first of all, the summer plan is a very new concept. It's definitely changed the prop trading environment. It's generally in the prop trading environment, you have to pay in order to be able to test your competencies. Okay, so actually we change it so you can first entering the challenge, and if you succeed, you have to pay a very small fee at the end. Okay, so that's something that changed entirely the market and the environment. And this program is we are searching for very talented traders. Okay, I will explain later why, but it's not an easy challenge, and we look for very talented and consistent traders. So it's free at the beginning, but it's hard and challenging. Okay, so you have to put it in mind. Not everyone will succeed in this plan, and that's why it's good, because we will be able to find. Sorry, I don't need to know this. You will be able to find the very talented traders. Can you please just tell me if you hear me again? Because I don't think that you see me. I can hear you. Yes, we can hear you and see. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay, great. Let's move on. Okay, so the summer plan. The summer plan is a very big success. We had over 15,000 registered traders, so that's amazing. A lot of people registered, and that's we had sometimes closed the registration. Sometimes we reopen and then we close and then website crash. So I would like to apologize for some trader that didn't register to the program. We had a lot of work to make. for our technical team and our development team that all the time have to be in charge of the dashboard that upload properly, and many other things. So thank you for being here and registering for the sample. And still, again, I apologize for trader that struggled to register for it. And actually, I can tell you that we have few traders that made an excellent job, that already they are in the last level, and they are getting very close to being funded. And when you pass the 3 challenge, I will explain after, you will be funded with a real account. So good job. If there are some traders here that already passed the 3 challenge and very close to the last one, continue the job, and I think it will be a long relationship for a profitable trader. So that's a good thing. Regarding the question on the chat, I will answer the question at the end of the session. Regarding the Q&A, I will just finish the little introduction, and then I will answer to everyone. Okay, just a little explanation regarding the growth and the challenges. So yeah, the cost is free at the beginning, and there is 3 challenge in order to pass and in order to get funded. So it can be challenging and it can be long as well. It depends at the pace you are trading, but it can be long because you have to pass the challenge 3 times without failing in each stage. Okay, so you will start with a $25,000 account, and you will have to reach 10% target, and the maximum loss of the account is 5%. So it's a drawdown of 1:2 ratio. So you have to profit 10%, and the maximum stop out level will be 5%. And there is also a PIP target, and we had a lot of questions regarding why there is the PIP target, and we had a lot of traders that asked why there is a PIP target. I'm a scalper, and I can reach the PIP target, in the profit target, in 10 pips. So why the PIP target? We want to check the ability of the traders to trade on the trend, and to know and to be able to make successful long trades. Okay, so that's why we don't want someone that just open high lot size and can reach easily 10%. We also want the trader to open multiple position and can reach and can analyze and go with the trend of the market. Okay, so that's why we implement PIP target. We know that this is not helpful for a special trader that scalp, but that's the rule, and that's how we can measure if the trader is inconsistent or not. Okay, the leverage of the account is 1 to 10. So I think you will have some room to trade and open different trade on different pairs. So that's something also that we have to focus on. And there is no minimum and no maximum days. There is no time limit to reach the target. So that's also a very good point. Okay, you don't there is no stress by passing the challenge. You can pass it on 10 days, but you can also pass it in 1 year. It depends of the pace of the trader. Again, I see some question on the chat. I will answer all the questions at the end of the session. I will want to finish the little introduction. Okay, let's move on. And this is the growth explanation. So let's say you pass the first challenge, you pass the second. Okay, so you pass the first challenge, you pass the second challenge, and you pass the third challenge. Okay, so that means in the challenge number 3, you reach 10% target. You will receive a 6-figure account, that is a $100,000 account. Okay, so you will start with a very high account. So we want to congratulate the trader that will be able to reach the level. So that's why they will start also with a high balance. And there is a lot of, obviously, that there is a lot of stage, and you can also tell to yourself, oh, there's a lot of stage to reach the last stage, that is 3 million funding. But look, here on the profit target, it's only 5% profit target. So you can scale the account very, very easily and very, very fast. Okay. So let's say you are on the 100,000 account. You only have to make 5% in order to reach the second account, and so on and so on. Okay, so the scaling is very fast, and you will have some time to jump from an initial balance to another one. Still, the payout ratio at this time is still 50-50, but once you reach the other level, the payout ratio is increasing up to 80-20. It's the last stage, but still, we want to congratulate trader that pass each stage. So that's why we want to increase the payout ratio as long as the trader is gaining in the stage. Okay, let's move on. So the design of this challenge is for consistent traders. Okay, because we can be successful in the third challenge, also in the second challenge, but if you fail in the third one, that means you maybe don't know how to adapt your risk management and your lot size. Okay, so we are searching for very consistent traders that know how to handle the lot size and the risk management. So that's very a good point. The trader that will pass the challenge only know how to manage the risk management. It will be a trading that gamble, like you said, Rizzo, cannot achieve this this challenge. It's very difficult. So there is 3 challenge. It's difficult to achieve, I repeat, but at the end you will have a very dedicated support from our trading team. You will be trading our fund, a part of our pool, and I think that's a good end for the trader that passes the challenge. So it's a long-term and a successful partnership to manage the part of the fund. I will do some explanation regarding the stop losses just at the end of the session. Okay, let's talk about the rules and the risk management. We had also a lot of questions regarding the different rules in the summer plan. So the first rule that is very important for us and also for traders that they should be profitable in the long term is the stop loss. The stop loss is mandatory. You must put a stop loss at each position you opened, and you have approximately 5 minutes to put the stop loss after you enter a position. So if you forget and put the stop loss 7 minutes after, you will receive an email with a risk violation. So try to not forget any stop loss. That's a very important rule. There are some traders that say, "Oh, I forget my computer closed." We know that for the first stage we will try to be flexible, but for the next stage it's mandatory. Okay. The second rule is the risk that you should take per pair, and the risk per pair should not exceed 1% of your initial balance. So each position you open must be set with a stop loss. Okay, and I will. There are some questions regarding if you open. Let's say you open one position. Okay, so the maximum loss you can have on one pair for your position will be for a 25K account. It will be 250. Okay, because it's 1% of 25K. Okay, let's say you have multiple positions on the same pair. All the stop loss combined should not exceed 1%. Okay, so let's say you have 2 positions. You can lose 100 on one position and 150 on one position. A little advice: don't try to go very close of the 250. Try to exceed no more than 0.9% if you think that the trade will be successful. So that's one of my advice. The last rule regarding risk management is trading news, and trading news in the summer plan is not allowed. Okay, you can not open a trade 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after the release of high impact news. or either you can hold the position. Let's say you open a position 1 hour before or 1 day before for swing trader, you can hold the position. You can also close the position during the news if a take profit or a stop loss. Okay, but you cannot open a new fresh position between the release of the news. Where you can check the economic calendar. So we have an economic calendar in our website, and it's designed high impact news. And also you see in investing, news that have 3 stars, so you cannot trade it, even either on Forex Factory or the web that's shown in your in a web. You cannot trade the pairs. And last specification regarding the news, the trading news. If the news is correlated to the yen, okay, so you cannot trade the yen, but you can trade another pair. You can trade the Australian, you can trade the Canadian dollar, but you cannot trade only the pair that is affected by the news. Okay, so that's also one of the specification on that news. Can I close my trade manually during news? Emmanuel, yeah, you can close your trade manually during the news. You can hold or close. Take profit, stop loss, I can add also manually. Okay, also a thing, when someone passes a challenge, let's say from level 1 to level 2, or from level 2 to level 3, we make a monitoring review of the account you pass. We have actually a team, an analyst team that is doing the job. So there is Yaniv on the right side that make a review of each account. So he check if you respect the stop loss, check if you have a special a trading plan, he check why the strategy you use, if you use an EA, if you use a manual trading. So it's Yaniv. My name is Ruben. I'm also checking some account, and there is here Saul that make a trading room as well for the 5ers. So we are actually 3 that check each account that pass, and we want to say that there is no exception for violating or bypassing the rules. We had some trader that play with the pips target and open very small lot size. We will check the account manually. So try to focus on the trade your strategy, and you will be congratulated for that. Okay, so according to our opinion, we can disqualify any trader that don't show a proper trading plan or gamble in the market. That's something that we will not accept in the 5ers. So you should be aware that we are checking each account that passed the challenge. And when you pass the challenge, generally you get an email, and you get also an answer for our trading analyst team that will congratulate you and increase your balance, your initial balance for the next stage. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, I want to say also that it will be the last chance to register. The program will end very soon. We will close the summer plan by the end of this trading week. So this should be tomorrow. So people that didn't register, try to register. If you don't have an account, it will be the last chance. Still, if you register, there is no limit of time. You have to. There is a rule that says the inactivity days, it's 21. So if you don't trade the account for 21 days, your account will be closed. So try to be active on the account. But once you register, there is no time limit to achieve the target. Okay, it can be done in 1 month, 6 months, or even 1 year. And I think because it was a very successful program, we will reopen the program probably in the future. We don't have a date actually, but with new adaptation, we still feel that we can find very talented traders with this challenge. So I think we will open it maybe with new adaptation. So that's something we will say when we changed it and when it will be available. But take note that the program will end at the end of the week. Okay. I hope until there everything is clear. I will try to answer any question that you have regarding the plan. I will try to check the first question you had. Okay. Okay. What's Rizzo asked? What's the total max risk allowed per account? The maximum drawdown of the account is 5%. Okay. So when you reach 5% drawdown, the account will be terminated and the account will be closed. Okay, so that's the first rule. But the total max risk per pair, okay, so per forex pair is 1%, as we said just before. Okay, so that's the total risk you can. Isn't why 110 leverage in 1% is so less trade to make 10%? Michael is asking, we made 1 to 10 leverage still because we think 1 to 10 is enough to make some successful trades and to be able to get many trades and different trades. We don't want someone that because of the leverage reach the profit target in 1 or 2 trades. Okay, so that's why we put the leverage. It's also good for your risk management. Okay, you will be restricted by the number of positions you can open, but 1 to 10 leverage is enough to grow the account in a steady way. Okay. Travis is asking, is one obligated to open a paid account upon completing all the challenges? Yeah, once you pass the 3 challenges, you have a small fee to pay that is $300. Okay, but you know, I will go back and I will show you just before. Okay, so you have to pay a one-time payment that is 300, but you get an account that is $100,000 and you can lose up to 5,000. Okay, so why we want the trader to pay? We want the trader to be let's say responsible of the account. So we don't want to give to the trader a real account if he don't make any attention to the account. So that's why the little payment here, that means, okay, I also put a little part in this capital, even it's very small, because you can trade up to $100,000. So you have to pay a $3 payment after you pass the 3 challenges. If some trader want to wait 1 month, 2 months, we will have to wait them because they pass the challenge. It's very difficult. So for that, you don't have to pay after you pass instantly. You can wait a few days, 2 weeks, depends of the trader. Is one obligated to? Okay, all the points. Can we use trade copilot software to mirror trade from MT4 into MT5 platform? Can we use our own indicator? You can use a trade copilot in MT5. You can copy your trade from MT4 to MT5. Also, the summer plan is only available on MT5. Okay, we cannot switch someone to MT4. We already made a different video and explanation regarding why we prefer MT5. We also have better spreads in MT5 in The5ers, so it only can advantage the trader. Martin is asking, how many lots can I open max on one position? There is no maximum lot size. You can open until the margin is available. Okay, so the only thing you have to focus is the 1% risk on each. Sorry, on each pair. Okay, so you cannot lose more than $250 on one pair. You can open 2 lots, 3 lots if your stop loss is tight, but it's still according to the leverage of the account. Okay, and if we do a little calculation for the 25K account, if the leverage is 1 to 10, so the buying power of the account will be $250,000. Okay, so that means you can open approximately in the first challenge 2.5 lots. Okay, you can approximately open 2.5 lots in dollar currency. Okay, and how many lots can open max simultaneously? I already answered to this question. About the time, do you have to make 4 trades by month, 4 trades in 21 days, or both? Oscar, there is no minimum trade. You can open 1 trade in 21 days to stay your account active. Okay, so there is no minimum trade. You can make 1 trade a month, 2 trade amounts, 100 trade in a day. It depends. There is no limit for that. The only thing is that you have to open a trade during 21 days. If not, the account they will be closed and expirated. We won that challenge before. We have, like I said, we have very few traders that are very close to the last challenge. So we will make, I think, an interview with them when they pass the 3 challenges, and we will publish something when someone passed. Can we have more than 1 account simultaneously? How many are the limit? You can only have 1 account. You can only have 1 account at the same time in the summer plan. Okay, you cannot have more than 1 account in the summer plan. If you failed before, you can register again. Okay, but you have to trade only on 1 account in the summer plan. Please sit to the camera exam so we can see what you are saying. Okay, I will try maybe to make something closer than me. Okay. Your head only fills about 80% of the screen. Try to use a darker background too. Paul, that's something that we have to improve also in the 5ers. We will put maybe a green screen, and generally we don't put a webcam. That's something new, and I think we will increase our standard regarding trading room and regarding webinar and regarding everything. So thank you for your feedback. Jason Wamsi, please explain maximum loss. Is that from initial deposit value or from peak to truth? Okay, so the maximum drawdown and stop out will be, it will be from the initial balance. Okay, so here you see that you start with a 25K account. When you lose 1,250, so that's mean when the equity value of the account, that means it's taken into account the floating position. When it will reach 23,750, okay, the account will be closed. Okay, so it's for trader that have a funded account, they know that the drawdown is an absolute value in the 5ers. Okay, so we keep the absolute drawdown of the starting balance. Can you do an example on how to set stop losses? On MT5, it's very easy to put a stop loss. When you open a position, you can drag and slide the opening position, and you can set a stop loss. You can also put it manually on MT5. There is actually, I don't have the MT5, but you can check some video of how to set a stop loss. It's very important to know how you set a stop loss and take profit when you trade. Why DD 5% and why not 10%? We think that 5% is great enough. 10% alone is big. We want to trade that the capacity of risk don't go below 5%. So that's our standard in the 5ers. So that's 5%. Will the challenge be available after summer period? As I said, it will be the last week where the challenge will be available. We will have to put the summer plan on a break. We'll have to change. We'll have to change some specification and maybe some rules and improving it with new adaptation. But that's something that will come back definitely. Maybe in few weeks, few months. But that's something that will be back. Stop loss is mandatory. Is that for the challenge and live account? Stop loss is mandatory for the summer plan and for trader that trade in the funded program on the low risk. Okay, when you are a funded trader in the 5ers and you trade in the low risk, you have to put a stop loss. This is mandatory. The rule on the funded program is 1.5%. Can you adjust the stop loss during news events? That's a nice question. I prefer to not. Generally, we will not accept someone that moved the stop loss. So try to move the stop loss before the 5 minutes, because we will include a plugin soon that you cannot maybe modify a position. So the stop loss should be set before the news. So be aware of it. Is it only opening a trade that is not allowed during news release? Ernesto is asking. Yeah, you cannot open a trade but you can close an existing position. Okay, if the price spike in your news. Okay, so you cannot open a position, but you can close it. Can you have 3% max risk of initial balance if you trade 3 pairs? That's correct. Okay, you can risk 1% on one pair, you can risk another 1% in the other pair, and the last 1% in different pair. Okay, so that's something you can do actually. What if the stop loss is put forward to break even? So if the stop loss, Wada is asking, if you move the stop loss in break even, so that means you have actually 0% risk on that pair. So you can open new position in order to increase maybe the risk on the pair. Okay, so when the stop loss is put at break even, you can open another position. Still, you should not exceed 1%. So here my answer. If you start, is this for the challenge account? This work for the summer plan account. I will check if there is interesting question. Is there any grace period given if I accidentally set it larger than 1% due to multiple position rectifying within 5 minutes? Okay. Mohammed is asking, yeah, if you rectify your stop loss between your 5 minutes, that's fine, but don't open a stop loss 3,000 pips away, because it will give to you a risk violation. Okay, so you will have 5 minutes to put the stop loss. Try to calculate the stop loss and put it after you're sure that it's below 1%. Okay, if you put the stop loss at 3% risk, you will even you put it in the 5 minutes, you will receive a risk violation. So be sure that the stop loss you set is under the 1% risk. Stuart is also asking for the break-even. That's a question that I answered. You can open new trade if you put the stop loss at break-even. So you are saying total risk for all open position has to be less than 1% at any time. Matthew, that's correct. Okay, so 1% maximum exposure on one pair. How about pending order triggered during the news? Still, that's something that we have to think about. If we check that the trader have the strategy to all the time put the pending order during the news, we will disqualify him, because we don't want a trader that trade the news. If by mistake you put the pending order and you forget that there was a news and it already opened a position, we will accept it. Okay, but like I said before, we are doing personal monitoring on each account. So we will check if the trader is all the time trading the news. We will tell him, listen, you're trading only news, so we will disqualify you in the account. And also, I want to say something very important. Why we include this rule regarding trading news. In the challenge, you are getting a demo account, okay? And in a demo account, it's different than the real market action, okay? When you open a position in the demo account, there is no delay, there is low spreads, there is no slippage. The bid and the ask is very tight. So that's why when you have a strategy on a demo account for news and you change into a real account, that will be completely different. Okay, so that's why we removed trading news in the challenge. If stop loss hit, can we take more 1.5% risk for that same pair? Yeah, actually it's 1%. But if you already lose, if the stop loss on the pair, if you close the position on that pair, you can open a new 1% risk. Okay, so that's something you can do. We have a lot of questions. I hope I will try to answer everyone. And thank you for the interaction together. It's a very interesting session. In trading the news, is it allowed for the economic speech like Fed FOMC speakers? Actually, Fed and FOMC speakers, there are news that they have high impact. Okay, so you cannot trade that news. Generally, it's indicated on our economic calendar, or also on Forex Factory. You can check where if this kind of news are high impact. What if I get stopped out? $251 on the first stage. On the first stage, you will receive a risk violation if your risk is more than 1%. So in that case, you will receive a risk violation. You can have up to 3 risk violation. Okay, so when you have 4 or 5 risk violation, we will review the account, but generally you should be careful of your risk. Okay, so that's why I said before, try to risk not more than 0.8, 0.9% on a pair. Which calendar we must use? Not all have the same rating. Like I said, you can use Forex Factory. You can use our economic calendar on our website, and you also can use investing. Okay, generally the high impact news are the same in all website. And still, I want to point on something. We don't want to trader that trade news. So try to check news before, and we will check the account. Can we use scripts to manage trade position? You can use a script to trade the position. You can use an EA as well, algorithm and robot. You can use in the challenge. Saman, all position on each pair should have combined stop loss of 1%. That the correct part of your question. Okay, all position on each pair should have a combined stop loss of maximum 1%. Is there a problem? Is I close my trade before I think my take profit or stop loss? You are free to trade the way you want. So if you close before, there is no problem for that. Is it mandatory to reach 400 pips in order to reach 5% target? Yeah, it's mandatory. We want the trader to reach 400 pips because we want the trader to trade on the trend, and we want to check if he know how to trade in the right direction. Okay, so that's why we want a trader that also reach this target. Okay, if a trader is very close to 400 pips and he make a nice and he grow correctly and properly the account, he is very close, still we will check the account on we reach the profit target. But 400 pips is an indication for us that a trader is very consistent. Can I trade gold? Actually, only Forex pairs are available. I hope soon we will open commodities, stocks, and indexes. That's something we're working on. We repeat. So please be patient with that. What would happen if you say you are trading in the third evaluation and you fall below maximum Jordan? Are you kicked out of the entire sham? Listen, it's something that can be very frustrating for a trader to fail on the third stage. So that's why we have our trading analyst team that will review the account, and we try to maybe discuss with you regarding how you manage the account. If we see that in that stage you trade completely different than on the first and the second stage, so we will not be able to give you the real account. But if you know the market made special move that you didn't was aware of and stuff, so we will have to check. That's still our decision to give. If you want to give you another chance, okay, we can maybe tell you, okay, you fell on the third challenge, maybe you can try on the second. Still, it's our we will decide if the trader have the capacity for that. But generally, we want to be very strict. So don't expect that we will give you another chance. It happened not many times. I have not been able to register. It says out of stock. If I don't know what's going on because I'm doing the webinar, but maybe there is a lot of traffic and high demand. So maybe actually the program is out of stock. You can maybe try later to register. Like I said, tomorrow will be the last day for registration. And that's it. I think it's really good plan. I don't mind paying the $300 upfront. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you for the feedback. Do you only disqualify at the end of the entire challenge or while completing the challenges? We can disqualify between. the challenges, but also at the end. Okay, so if you have any question, you can contact us by email, by support. If you think you violate any rule, you can contact us by email and we will check the account. But if you think you are on the rule and you have the argument to say, I trade properly, I have my trading plan, I can show you, I have some example, you don't have to worry about disqualification. Okay, I'm very telling this for traders that want to bypass some rule. Okay, if you trade properly, don't worry about that. That was the question of Chad. How many trades are required each month? There is no minimum trade required. The only thing that you have to make is minimum 1 day, one trade during 21 days. Okay, if you don't trade the account for 21 days in a row, okay, the account will be closed. What happens if your account blows up? If you block the account, so you will fail the challenge and you will not be able, you will be able to register if the same plan is still available. But tomorrow we close the registration. So if you block the account, there will be no another chance. How many traders have failed the challenge so far? I think I don't have this exact number. I can tell you what are the how many traders are actually in the second stage. I think we have a few hundred that are trading the second stage, and we have between 10 and 20 in the last stage. Okay, so if you're a good trader, it's achievable. Okay, you can reach the last level. Why sometimes there are some operations that are not accepted? Samuel, is probably because of the leverage. Okay, like I said before, the max approximately on the first challenge with a 25,000 account, you cannot open more than 2.5 lots approximately regarding the leverage in USD currency. If you try to open 5 lots or 6 lots, the market will reject your order. Okay, so that's why sometimes your operation is not accepted. Okay, so please try to understand how the leverage of the account is working. It's very important to for a profitable trader to know. Which pairs cannot trade? You can trade all the major pairs and all the cross pairs. Okay, so there is, I think, 28 pairs that you can actually trade. Copy trade is allowed also. Can I open a position against my initial position? So this is called hedging. You can hedge your position, okay, but you have to put the stop loss at 1% for the hedging position you open. Okay, so that may be something not. It can be difficult to make it because you have to put the stop loss, and if you don't put it, the monitor system, our automatic system, will send you with violation. So that's not something I advise you to do because it's not practical to do. It's very difficult to open an opposite direction or position and try to put the stop loss for it. So you can hedge, but you have to put the stop loss at its position. Do you get 3 with violation chance for each of the three stage? Yes, that's correct. If you pass from the first challenge to the second challenge, you will start with a 0 with violation. Okay, so it's reset between the challenges. Can you still join even if you're already in the funding program? Yeah, you can join if you already have a funded program. After stop loss hit of, say, example with the cat, can I take new trade with stop loss non more than 1.5%? GOT is asking, yeah, if your trade is closed in that pair, you can open more 1%. It's not 1.5%, it's 1% risk per pair. 1.5% works only for the funded program. This is not for the summer plan. Okay, so it's 1%. Can I open 2 trades with 0.5% risk instead of 1 trade? Yeah, to gain more pip. No, John, you cannot do this. Okay, it's actually the same trade. Okay, so you cannot, if it's the same trade and the same strategy, we will count it at the end as 1 trade. Okay. So you cannot open very small lot size for gaining pips, sorry. That's called bypassing the rule. So that's something we will count only for one trade. How will you determine trader if not use proper risk management, even when the trader has passed the challenge? That's a good question. Still, the risk management we want is respect the 1% stop loss. The stop loss is mandatory for all the position. Trading news is not allowed. So if you're not doing any of the three rules, that means you have a proper risk management. Okay, so that's it's very transparent. Okay, we will not disqualify someone that make something that is not written in our risk management rule. Is the pips target the net pips of pips gained minus pips lost on all trades? So yeah, when we calculate the pips target, it's the sum of the pips you gain minus all the trade that made a pips loss. Okay, so if you have one trade that won 500 pips and a few trade that lost 200 pips, okay, so that means in total we will have 300. Okay, so that's how we calculate the pips. I registered mid of June, but still waiting on the profile. It just as processing. Please send us an email, Matthew, and we will do the possible to provide you the account. After my profit target fill up, then can I use small a lot for fill up pips target? That's something, like I said, it's something like bypassing the rule. We really want you to continue using the same strategy and reach the 400 pips. Okay, if you want to, if you reach the target profit, and you have maybe few pips to make, you can reduce the lot size, but you cannot reduce the lot size by 99%. Okay, so try to continue trading when you reach the 400 pips. The drawdown is based on the initial balance. Okay, so like I said, you start with a 25K account. When the account reach below 23,750, okay, so the account will be closed. Okay, so when you start profiting into the account, your drawdown will increase. Okay, so that's how we calculate. The drawdown is absolute. Can you clarify the 50-50 and 80-20? It wasn't cleared when you first explained it. Okay, so I will show you. Okay, so you see when you pass the three challenges, okay, so the 25K, the 52K challenge, and the 75K challenge, you will have a real account of $100,000. Okay, here you see the payout ratio is 50-50, and when you start profiting and scale the account, the profit ratio here will increase. Okay, so it will come at the level 7, it will be 60-40, and then it will be 80-20. Okay, so this is the profit share. Okay, so if you want to withdraw, I don't know, 1,000, so the payout ratio is 50-50. That means the 5ers will take 50% of the profit, and it will take the 50% that less. Once you are trading the live account and you make 5%, do you have to keep those earnings in the account in order to get the additional capital? Yeah, you can keep the profit into the account in order to have a buffer regarding the drawdown. Okay, so the profit you make will be credited in the account. You will start with the initial balance, and the profit you make will be credited to the account. That's something that we will explain maybe more to the trader that pass the level, but I think it's already clear for our funded traders that that's not how it works. What else? Can I use EA? You can use an EA. A lot of questions, guys. I don't know if I will try to finish. So this is 5%. Sorry, the maximum loss is 4%. The maximum drawdown is 4% from the initial balance. Can my friend use the same EA like me? Yes, they can use the same EA. Look, regarding family tradings, okay, there are many traders that trade with their brother, with their father, with their sister. You can trade together and help each other, okay? But if you have a family that have, I don't know, 50,000 and 100, it's like having multiple accounts, okay? So that's something maybe we cannot agree. But if you are one or two and you trade each other and over, there is no problem for that, okay? Apply to pairs. What more? Can we get paid if we exceed the 10% and in about 20%? Okay. Actually, in the third challenge, okay, here in the 10% profit target, you don't get any profit ratio because it's a demo account. Okay. So here you don't get any profit payment. Okay. But in that stage, when you reach 5%, that is 5,000 on the third challenge, let's say you reach 6,000, okay, you will get 50% of what you make, okay? But generally, when someone hits the 5,000 profit, we will ask him to close all the position and in order to be able to increase the balance of his account, okay? So when you reach 5%, contact us, close your position, and we will give you 25,000. We will add 25,000 in your account. It seems like the Ferris bouquet has restricted copying signal of some pairs. Actually, we it's something that we allow. Okay, so maybe you can have to check with your EA and your provider. But that's something I will not, and I will check with the trading team. Okay, generally I think there is no problem for that. Maybe for UEA especially, but I will check. And Roshan, you can also send us an email in the help desk, and we'll try to check it. Is it okay if we just execute the market order and enter the stop loss thereafter? Charlton, yeah, you can enter the market. You will have approximately 5 minutes to put the stop loss after you enter the position. It's still available. The summer plan is still available. Okay, maybe actually it's out of stock. Okay, because there is a high demand, so we have to close sometimes the registration. But try to register by the end of the week, because tomorrow will be the last day. So I hope we will open as soon as possible. That's what I can say. Which pairs can I not trade? You can trade all the pair, all the forex pair that MT5 allow you to trade. Can two people in the same house ever challenge it? Yeah, no problem, Patricia, no problem. Like I said, you can have one challenge per person. Okay, so it's per entity, per individual trader. Will the same rule apply once you pass all 3 challenges? That's a good question. I think we will stick to the rule you were trading with, but we can make a little adaptation. Okay, if someone told us, okay, I maybe want to risk a 1.2%, and we are very flexible in the Fiverr. So if a trader passed the 3 challenges, we will have a very close relationship with that trader. We will help him. And if he asks something like he wants to change a little adaptation, we'll be able to do it. Okay, but the rule says that if you pass the 3 challenges, you will have to stick to the same rules when you pass the 3 challenges and you trade a real account. I'm French, but I'm trying to listen well. Yeah, Leslie, I'm French, so maybe my little accent influence my English. So yeah, my accent is very important. Can we get the recording of this webinar? Yes, Rachel. This will be uploaded in YouTube in the next week. Okay, so there will be a recording for that. Once your trade is in profit, can you move your stop loss in profit? Yeah, no problem. That's something you can do. What else? Is opening a position 1 hour or 20 minutes before taking as trading news? You can open a position 1 hour before the news. Okay, it will only, you cannot open 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after. What are the terms to make a regarding withdrawal of the profit share? I will not talk to it. I prefer to talk about the rules, but it's very easy. I can tell you that we implemented a new partner that when you want to withdraw, it takes less than 2 days. Okay, so that's something. For this kind of question, you can send us an email to the help desk. There is a lot of message. I'm sorry, I try to jump between the messages, so I'm not sure I will be able to answer to everyone. But I think that the main picture of the summer plan is already done. Okay, I hope you guys understand what we are looking for and what are the main roles that you have to stick with. So interesting. Is there a way to track our pips target? Yeah, you can track your pips target and all the trade you have in your dashboard. Okay, when you open an account, you have access to a dashboard when there is a lot of statistics and a lot of metrics that you can check. For trader that register for the summer plan but didn't receive their credentials, okay, and their login, send us an email, okay, to the help desk, and we will do our best to provide you the account. There are sometimes some issue because there is a lot of demand, so that's something we will try to handle very fast. You unsure regarding the $300 fee, not understood why you don't take the money from the revenue if you make it for free. Okay, still I'm telling you that that when a trader put $300 for an account that you can lose 5,000, that just give us a little indication that the trader will be very focused on the trade on the account, because he put a little fee on that thing. Okay, so that's why. And let's say finally you fail on that challenge, maybe you will not profit into the real account. Maybe you only know how to trade the demo account, and you will go to the real live account, and you will not make any profit. Okay, so that's why we cannot say we cannot take the $200 for the profit. Okay. Okay, I will finish by 2-3 last questions, and then I will finish the session. Thank you again for all the interaction together. It was very interesting. And I hope you guys that are trading the summer plan will be able to reach your last target and be able to trade the real account. Is scalping allowed as a style of trading? Yeah, Anna, you can scalp in the summer plan. Okay, that's something you can make. Can you have the summer plan and the paid plan at the same time to account? Yes, Simon. You can have one summer plan and up to 3 funded accounts. Okay, so only one summer plan, and you can register for 3 other funded programs. Will this webinar be on YouTube? Yeah, this webinar will be uploaded in YouTube on next week. Why is there still a profit target after PM 15? Will there be another stage after? Still, when someone reaches the last stage, that is the 3 million funded account, still the relationship between the trader that is at the last stage and us will be very close. Okay, so we'll be able to tell to the trader, listen, you can reach we'll give him a special target, and maybe we'll tell him, okay, we will scale the account. That will be something between us and the trader. Okay, but actually the last stage is 3 million. Is there a live trading room every day? Neil, thank you for remember that there is a live trading room even for the trader that register for the summer plan. You can join us on the live trading room Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so there is a live trading room with our trading analysts that talk about the market, make a little overview, sometimes taking some trade in the market. So that's something we do 3 days a week. Okay, guys, this was the last question. This was a very intensive session for me. I think I answer the best I can for all the question you had. The session will be uploaded in YouTube. I repeat, it will be uploaded on the next week. And take care of you. Take care of you. Be trading the good way. Try to stick to the trading plan. Put aside your emotion, and I hope you will be able to reach the 3 challenges. So thank you everyone for being with me. This was Ruben from the 5ers, and high five. See you soon, guys. Thank you very much.